What do you think American culture is?
Freedom.
What do you think American culture is?
American culture to me is sports such as baseball, basketball, football, and volleyball.
What do you think American culture is?
American culture is very valuable education and freedom.
American culture has to do with how we feel about our country as far as government, military, and community. American culture has to do with everything that you believe in as far as God, equality, and acceptance of others regardless of who they are. So our American culture is diverse, and it will always be diverse, and it will continue to be diverse, because that's what our forefathers wanted, and I think that's what we want, and that is American culture.
Hey Niani, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Here's a question. What do you think American culture is?
I think American culture is a melting pot of knowledges, cultures, behaviors, many different languages.
Okay. What do you think American culture is?
I think American culture is cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and ice cream.
What do you think American culture is?
I think American culture, I always think of being wasteful. Americans tend to be much more wasteful than other cultures.
What do you think American culture is?
I think it is some things that we share, like music, burgers, pizza. Barbecue and other things. What do you think?
I think American culture is something that we all share that we're in common. Like some people
I've been here 20 years.
have differences and likes.
What do you think American culture is?
I think that it's like sharing different things and like food, learning, and clothes that help others.
Okay. What do you think American culture is?
I think American culture is food,
Music
and knowledge.
What do you think American culture is?
Well, it's a blend of a lot of things. Different religions, different nationalities, different ethnic groups, all blended together. Culture is different on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast, than it is on the Midwest. So it's a whole bunch of things brought together and stirred up into one giant culture.
What do you think American culture is?
American culture is a melting pot of different ethnic groups sharing their culture and incorporating it with what has currently been here, like American pie, apple pie, the American flag. That's what I think of American culture.
What do you think American culture is?
Pizza and fast food.
What do you think of American culture, Brandon?
American culture is like football and fast food.
When you hear American culture, what do you think of?
The first two words that I think of are freedom and opportunity. Firstly, I think freedom, because in America we're free to choose what we wear, where we live, if we want to choose to study or work, how long we want to choose to study, where we go to school. I think we have so many choices that it isn't automatic in many countries to have so many choices about what you want to wear, who you want to spend your time with, just lots of choice. And I also think about freedom. I think that's kind of part of the choice, is that you have so many freedoms to make your own decisions in life. I think that we're still also the land of opportunity. Every year there's people coming from other countries and wanting to get into America, and it's very rare that I would ever hear about someone leaving America to go somewhere else for a big opportunity. So I think until people start leaving America and not coming back because they're looking for an opportunity in somewhere else, then I think America's still the land of opportunity.
What do you think American culture is?
I think American culture to me is the sports that we have in America, like volleyball, football, tennis, etc., and very greasy, good food, and that's it.
Hey Jeff, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about American culture when it pops up in your mind?
Well, McDonald's, Instagram, filters for your photos, and a lot of other things like that.
Thank you, Jeff.
I also want to add one thing to my part of what I think American culture is.
What do you think American culture is? Oh my God. I zoomed in by accident. What do you think American culture is?
American culture to me is when it's like, you know, when you say I heart America and I'm proud of America, and you say, man, say to your friends, you're like, so dude, man, I love me some America. And he be like, what? And then he be like, I just love me some America. And then you throw up the red flag on the pole. And then you put it on your car, in your 1969 Camaro, I don't know what type of car you have. And you say you love, not Camaros, America. And I love America. I love that. Hey, what's up, man?